Okay, I don't have my glasses on, so I'll do my best. Question number 3. What is your stand concerning a city administrator? This year, this is no secret to anyone that's here. This year, the proposal was brought forth to study a city administrator. The council, I would say in a very non-direct way, tabled the study of it. We voted on it a couple times, it got tabled twice. The third time, because we were starting to warm up to the idea with some of the council members, they started hearing more about what city administrators can do in communities. We were given out a little bit more information. They warmed up to the idea, and we agreed that we would study the situation of a city administrator. I am for the study of it. If we are going to have a city administrator, it requires 2/3 of the council vote. So this isn't something that will be done overnight or easily or lightly. It will also involve the community. It means changing the charter of how we do business and how our government is formed here. But when we look at other communities and when we go to the state meetings, a lot of the cities that have been able to be more efficient and have a better handle on their budgets and their spending have city administrators. Now that's not because, I've been an administrator for 12 years, I work with budgets all the time, it's not like I can't do the job. But when you're looking at a budget that's over $100 million for the city of La Crosse, that's responsible for 23 department heads and 500 employees, when you have all that on your plate, plus you're supposed to be the mayor and go out and bring new business to the community and fill storefronts and do everything else, I think what happens is you don't spend enough time on that. If you have a good administrator who's trained in this and has worked in other communities and has skills, which a city our size would go with someone with experience, I think we could save a lot of money. It's already been proven by the county. They certainly have to pay the salary of an administrator, but they're saving millions, so he's earning his keep. So if the council studies this and finds that it would be good for La Crosse, then what I want to be as a leader is willing to accept and be a part of whatever decisions are made. I'm not going to block them. I will live with whatever the community and the council decide on that. I think that was the problem with the previous situation, is people were worried more about what would happen to them than what would happen to the community.
Well, definitely there are advantages to having a city administrator. Number one, if you have somebody in there that's a professional that does this for a career, then they are going to be familiar with the budgets, that they're going to do this as a job and won't have to worry about transitioning from one administration to another. However, a city administrator is not elected by the people. So if we hire a city administrator who enforces or carries out policies that we don't agree with, he does a job that we don't want to see, someone that we don't work with easily, we have no way of getting rid of him as citizens. So I think there should be some concern there about getting somebody in there who is not directly accountable to the people. 3, I'm running for this job because I think there's a lot of problems here, and I want to do my part to help tackle those problems and solve them, working together with the people. So obviously if the council decides and that decision is made, well, that'll be above my head, but I personally, being a part-time mayor, I wouldn't be running for this position. Just go into it halfway and not dive in neck deep and solve all the problems that I think we can solve in the city of La Crosse by just putting in long, hard hours towards it. I'll cut there and go to the 4th question. The 4th question is on sustainability. My question reads, it appears that the proposed plan could create a huge increase in government oversight and money. What are your thoughts? Well, the sustainability plan, as it sits on the table, will definitely increase spending and government oversight. I think the current plan reaches a little bit too far in directing what business owners can and cannot do, telling them when they can and cannot have their lights on. Community events, it extends to that. Third, we're going to have to spend a lot of money on this plan. It calls for a lot of increasing in environmentally friendly products, which are good, but we've got to make sure that we're balancing economic sustainability with environmental sustainability and not spending too much money on these programs. And we're going to create a big debt and we're not going to be able to afford it. We already have the highest taxes of any other city in the state, and this plan is just going to add to that. So we got to take care of the common sense things that are in this plan, but the plan definitely needs to be edited and some things need to be taken out of there that reach a little bit too far.